Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here today. We're taking a quick look here at Shiba Inu. Just before we do, we look at Bitcoin first, get a baseline of the market. And if you're new to the channel, I'm not a financial advisor. I just have years of trading experience, and my goal is to help you become more of an effective trader and also more self-sufficient. And if you're more of a co-pilot kind of person, that's perfectly fine. I have a Signal trading group, link in the description below for our trading community, and check that out when you can, of course, because it's a really cool experience. Have trading bots enabled, and it just kind of automates the whole process. Obviously, I have a descriptive video for that regarding that. Check that out in your own time. Now take a look here at Bitcoin. First things first, we got the one-day chart. And just to specify, we got two channels here. We got a support channel between 58 and 60,000 and a resistance channel between 65 and 66. Price is kind of just figuring itself out in between there. It does appear that 60,000 is holding as a fairly strong support, but still a little too early to tell. I would venture to guess that we're probably going to see the price break a little bit lower next week into 58 to 60,000, and there is speculation even still for the price to come lower. We'll wait and see what happens before we take entry, but generally speaking, Bitcoin's in pretty good shape even still. Yes, we're still in a bull market. We're not in a bear market. People are worried about that. This is a natural correction. It has to happen, okay? It's the only way we're going to be able to get up to six figures for Bitcoin is if it can have a state of consolidation and needs to rest and relax, because we literally had 3.5 weeks of straight upward momentum. It was well over like a 70% push, okay? All in all, Bitcoin's doing good. Okay, taking a look here at Shiba Inu. All right, let's take a quick look here. First of all, we can tell the price is testing its previous resistance of right around 34.80. Okay, so roughly 34.80 is the one-day close. The candlestick closed 2 days in a row, essentially, when it opened at that point. And recently, of course, it kind of couldn't break that resistance level and got rejected. So looking pretty good, though, honestly. It does look like it's trying to break up to this upper channel here. And bear in mind, these are lines drawn from the Fibonacci retracement. And we can kind of see here that there's a resistance zone here. And just bear in mind, keep in mind, this candlestick hasn't closed yet. We are roughly 30 minutes out from that doing so. So there's a strong chance that the price will close above 31.80 and kind of stay in between 31.80 and 34.80 as well, right? So 31.80, 34.80, there's this little channel here that's going to probably kind of stay within, go sideways, then probably blade back up again because it has tried to test this resistance level a few times. And the more often you test a resistance, the more likely it is to break. I also see somewhat of an ascending wedge pattern here as well, which implies that we could see a breakout in the future. Likely not today or tomorrow, but if so, that's kind of where it would be. Also, furthermore, let's take a quick look at Fibonacci as well and just kind of identify where this run could go if it were to continue upwards. Just say we had a continuation to the upside. Let's see what that looks like. So a better case scenario here for Fibonacci, at least based on the Fibonacci retracement and its price movement in the last 24 hours. We can see that 44.30 would be the best case scenario we're going to get out of this if it were to continue to push up without significant retracement. In other words, it's fairly overextended right now. If you consider how much movement it's done in the short while, I think that might be around what 20%. Just go ahead and say roughly, okay, about 25%. Generally speaking, 25% increases are followed by somewhat of a retracement back down to the nearest support. Okay, so if we get rid of this Fibonacci, we can see the next major support level is right around 31.80. Okay, so if we expect to see the price come back down, that's roughly where it would go. I would consider moving your stop loss to that area just in case the price were to come back even further. But all in all, I don't foresee it retracing significantly. I don't see it coming down to about 27.80. I think we're going to see it stay right at about 31.80, in between 31.80 and 34.80 for the next few days. And then, of course, a break to the upside just based on this ascending pattern here. Also, bear in mind, too, that, with Bitcoin going sideways and or retracing recently, a lot of coins are pumping right now based on the fact that that extra market capitalization, people took their profits, they're putting it into coins like these, essentially that are larger market capitalization coins. All right, so let's take a quick look at the 1 hour chart, kind of see where we're at with TD sequential. Sorry about that, user error. Let's go to TD sequential here, and let's just kind of see what's going on. So we are at well, actually, no, we had a reset, which is nice. Okay. The reason why this is good here too is because typically you see a 1 through a 9. This went all the way up to an 8 essentially and reset. In other words, it was able to consolidate enough and go sideways in the last 5 hours that we're not going to have or probably expect a significant retrace back down. It does look like it's going to hold. Therefore, I would speculate that this support level here will probably be tested soon if it gets rejected on this resistance level. Just bear in mind, once it breaks that resistance though, there's a good chance it'll continue to progress upwards, and that'll become the new support level. Okay, but we need to get the 1-day candlestick to close above that line in order for any of this to happen. And the fact that it keeps testing and getting rejected here in the last, just say, 8 hours, tells me that we're going to probably close below that 1-day candlestick line. And what I'm referring to here is the fact that there is a major resistance at 34.80, right? Which was the original resistance level in its first 2 days after open. In other words, once that is broken and the price can close above, then it becomes a new support. We saw that happen previously here. If you look at this guy right here, if you take a look at this first day when it pumped up above this resistance level, and then the second day it got rejected, right? Well, it eventually broke above and stayed above, and that became the new support. Okay, so we're hoping for the same thing to happen here, where the price can essentially break above, come up like this, and then eventually leg up again, right? It just needs to be able to consolidate above support in order for us to have that option. And right now, with it not breaking above and closing above, that will work as a resistance level moving forward and kind of push the price down down to the next highest Fibonacci retracement line, which is again 31.80. So that is basically what we're looking at here. I would say my prediction, though, honestly, big picture, with the way that this is progressing upwards consistently, I would venture to guess that we're going to see probably another 60% increase, again, in the near future, somewhere in the range of about 4,400. That's based on the Fibonacci retracement, but big picture, I would say somewhere probably about 6,000 to 7,000 before year over. Again, we're going to likely see this here tested, and that's 5. Is that 5,000 even? Yeah, wow, that's exactly 5,000. So 5,000 would be the next major milestone here, essentially. But I think 4,400 is more realistic based on Fibonacci retracement, kind of telling us that that's as high as it's going to go in the near future, just based on support and resistance zones that are created by the recent data, right? The last 7 to 14 days, essentially, where it's kind of stayed up here, where its average true range now is somewhere in like the 3,300 range. So all in all, doing pretty good here for Shiba Inu. I hope that you are being careful and safe, of course, with your trading. Make sure you move up your stop loss. Always set multiple targets before you take entry, and make sure you respect your own system, right? Don't jump in arbitrarily. Do not gamble your money. Be smart, be effective, and if you need more than one, just say, trading entry point, right? For example, or more than one target that you're trying to shoot for, I do recommend trading bots. Coinstats works very well through Telegram. That's what we use in our trading community. But also note 3 commas is a very good option as well if you're more of a PC-oriented trader, which I'd recommend probably doing because that's just a little bit more effective. But generally speaking, there's some really good options out there, but those have trailing stop losses, things that help you protect your investment. And that's what this is. Again, this is investing, not gambling. So best of luck to y'all in that case, or more importantly, just hold true to what works best for you, right? Don't just do what I say that matters. It really matters the most, ultimately, what you do. Anyways, that probably doesn't make much sense. I hope that you find benefit here today. That's regardless. And we'll look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Thanks so much for your time. Take care. Have a great day.